Today we're back inside of Diablo Immortal and we are going to be talking all about familiars. I'm here with Try from the Revenant's Discord server. You've probably seen him or heard him on the channel before, and we're going to go in depth on familiars or pets from the start to the finish. We're going to start off with familiar contracts, how you get them and what they do, and take you all the way how to get yourself a legendary familiar. Try? I appreciate you coming through today, man, because you just have that next level knowledge about really everything inside of the game. So thanks for coming through and sharing what you know. And I also know that you put some guides together on your Discord server, which I'll be linking in the description. So thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah, good to be here.
It is good to have you here. So why don't I start things out here? First things first. Every single day, or every single week, I should say, you have the ability to get familiar contracts. Pretty easy stuff. We've covered this on the channel before, but we're going to start from the beginning. As you can see, as I reach battle point progressions, 120, 240, and 480, which I have yet to do today, you're able to buy yourself a familiar contract for each. I've purchased myself already today 2 of these. This is the main way that you can get these contracts. In the very beginning, if you're just going through the tutorial, you'll be given one for free. If you get the Boon of Plenty, you'll get one for free with the Boon of Plenty, which is a premium paid service. But when you get these contracts, you simply come on over here to the summoning table. And as you can see, I have one contract down here, one up here. I'm going to use my contract. We're going to hope for the best and draw on the table and see what we pull. Maybe we'll get lucky, but nope, we didn't get lucky, but that's okay. So what does this mean? We got ourselves a basic level Quake Strider familiar, also known as pet. No skills are unlocked yet, but I wanted to kind of demonstrate what it looks like to summon a familiar. As you can see now, I'm out of the tickets. We can't get any more until I unlock the next part of the progression, where then we'll be able to summon another one and hope for better. But that brings me over here into my whole dashboard of familiars. And we're going to be talking about now how to level these familiars. As you can see, my primary companion is up to level 30. We have a bunch of other bonded ones underneath it that are also level 30. I have 2 empty bonded spots, which we'll get into the reason why those spots are actually empty. And then over here on the right hand side, we have a bunch of other ones that are all level 30 and 2 level 1s. But we level these up with Spirit Essence. Spirit Essence is a resource that can be found in the open world. It can be found, well, it can be really found in most places inside of the game. And it looks just like these right here. You get 30 of them per day for your battle pass. From turn in stage 2 and turn in stage 3, you get 15 each, I believe, there. And for me, I like to go run through, what's it called that we run through? What am I always saying I run through, Why Try? That gets
A
me,
cursed tower.
the Accursed Tower, exactly. I get between 5 and 7 each time I do a good run through the Accursed Tower. It's where I find to be the best place to get the Spirit Essence. You also get it, though, when you're out in a party in the open world, you'll find them as well. So let's get ourselves back over here to the familiars. And let's show you what it looks like to level one of these up. Now, before we do, Why Try? I'm going to hand it off to you really quickly. I am looking here. I see that we have a gray colored pet. We have a blue background colored pet. We have these gold background colored pets. Can you let everyone know the difference between the gray, the blue, the gold? What does that actually mean to them?
So it's essentially just the quality of the pet. I mean, the gray is the very low of the low. You can't really get anything spectacular on those.
Mm-hmm.
The blue, obviously, that's your magic, the rare ones. Or it's magic, sorry, not rare. They can be, they can get, rare and legendary skills on them, even traits. But because they are a blue pet, the traits are not active. So
Mm-hmm.
that's hurts a little bit. Your rare ones, they have the ability for the traits to be active. They can get legendary skills in them as well if they're aberrant. Just more options with rare. You can use them as a bonded pets and get your all your traits active.
Yep.
And then legendary. I don't know if you mentioned that. Obviously, being the best quality, they can make use of legendary traits, even really advanced traits, and they can stack as well. There's other bonuses too, but obviously, the higher rarity is the better that you want.
Yeah, exactly. And let me kind of show a little bit of what you were just mentioning. So we're looking at my rare pet right now, and this is actually an undercover legendary, which we're going to talk about right at the very end of this video. But why Try was talking about the skills, those are these things on the bottom. We have our attributes, and then we have our traits. All pets have traits, but they're only active in rare pets or legendary pets. So right here, the rare traits that I have active are damage taken is reduced and maximum life is increased. If we take a look, and I knew I was going to keep popping out of this throughout the thing here. If we take a look right here at this pet, this is a blue pet. It has the traits up top, but when you take a look, it's inactive because blue pets won't have active traits. Same thing when we go over here, actually over here, and take a look at a gray pet. When we go to empower, the traits are there, but they're not active. Which brings us up to these bonds on the left-hand side of the screen. We have our primary companion. This is typically going to be your best familiar, your best pet that has the most, that's going to have the most best skills, the highest attributes, and I guess your favorite traits, although we could get that from bonded slots as well. Essentially, your best pet is going to be your companion. The bonded pets, all you're getting from bonded pets, if we take a look here, you're not getting their skills, you're not getting their attributes. All we're gaining from the bonded pets are the traits. So here we'd be getting damage taken reduced and damage reduction increased. And then we have this bonded pet as well. If we look at the details, there is one trait overview. It says primary attack damage is increased. And if you come over here, where do we have that actually? I
On
want
the
to,
very bottom left, traits
right,
guide there.
traits guide right there. These, thank you. You're right alongside of me. That's why I love having you here, man. These are the active traits. There are 11 traits we can have. I only have 4 of them active. 2 here, 2 here. Nope. Actually, I think I must have double somewhere. I must have some of the same because I have 2, 2, and 1, yet I only have 4. So the goal is, for me personally, I like these traits down on the bottom. This is a common trait, allows remote salvaging of equipment. We have one here, appraiser, allows remote identification of gear. And then we have one here, which is another one that allows remote armory management. These are just traits that'll be on our rare familiars. And if you have them in a bonded slot, whether they are your companion or just bonded familiars, you're going to get the benefits of all of these. Now, ideally, you have all of these traits. You're able to unlock every single one of them. We have Maim right here that's going to increase your combat rating. You have Finesse that's going to increase your skill damage by 3%. It's desirable to have everything unlocked. And between your companion and the 4 bonded pets, you could, with time, with luck, and with just re-rolling, get all of these active traits activated from your pets altogether. Is there
I don't know if I
anything
could
else that
say.
I should be talking about there before we like show? So I have a bunch of spirit essence. I figure that we can demonstrate the empowering process.
Yeah, well, just a note with the utility traits you mentioned on the bottom there, those 3 purple ones,
Mm-hmm.
like the Salvager, Appraiser, and Pack Mule. Those can actually be active even on a blue pet. So when
Oh,
you do a conversion, you have a 10% chance to get one of those utility traits, and it doesn't matter the quality of the pet. Those traits are always active.
just these bottom 3.
Just those bottom 3. Yep.
Well, that's actually quite desirable then, if you ask me. Which is actually a good thing for us right now because we can kind of go ahead and do this. Now, I want to show before we go into any combining. I want to show everyone here how to empower a pet. Which one do you think would be the most beneficial for me to empower now with my spirit essence and then demonstrate the combining with? Should I go with this Varag because it's another blue, or should I go with one of the grays, or does it not matter?
It shouldn't matter, honestly. You could do either one.
All right. You know what
I
then?
mean,
Let's go with the guy that we just. You know what? We're gonna go with the blue just in case. So I'm gonna go
there you
with my
go.
Virag, and this is gonna be showing you guys how to empower them. This is going to unlock all of the skills in the bottom. Now, hopefully, I have enough Spirit Essence to do this. I believe that I do. Each 5 levels, you unlock a skill. So you click on Empower, and if I were to drop in, I'll go nice and slow here. It's a maximum of 58 Spirit Essence to get them to max level and unlock all skills. But if I want to go, just for example here, go to 1, that takes us to level 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit confirm, it's going to have unlocked the first skill. As you can see, we just unlocked gain and absorb shield equal to 4% of your familiar's active skill damage. Now, let's go back to Empower. We're going to use 54, completely max this out using getting all of the skills unlocked, bumping them right up to level 30, hitting confirm. There we go. Level 30. As we can see, traits, its inactive damage taken is reduced. So, that's just basically how the Spirit Essence works to see what kind of skills we have. Now notice we got all essentially basic skills here. We didn't get any yellows or any oranges, so nothing special out of this guy right here, right?
Yeah, nothing special here.
Okay, so first of all, I always found it funny that this big meld button is down here on the bottom, when really
Uh,
melding is something that we're not looking to do. Melding is when you take two familiars, you meld them together, and you hope to get better skills, one better skill as you combine the two pets. You take two pets, turn them into one, and you hope that there's better skills. It's essentially all of this is like rolling, re-rolling. It's like a gambling type thing. Luckily for us, we're doing this gambling with stuff that we're getting from inside of the game. Spirit Essence we find, contracts we get every week. So it's not like it's real money we're utilizing here, which makes it good. So, in my opinion, and Try may or may not agree, I would avoid melding. And I would probably instead rather just go sell any of these pets that I want to in the shop, because all of these pets, once you get them to level 30, you can sell them in the market for platinum, which you could then use for new pets, for gems, or whatever you want to spend them on. The more of these yellow dots that they have, the more valuable they become. If they have no yellow dots, like this Virag that we have right here, I think the max I could sell it for is like 3,000 platinum, or maybe
yeah,
even less,
4,000.
4,000 platinum. So probably not worth it, because instead we'd probably want to convert the pet, which is our next thing that we're going to talk about. And if you see this arrow right here, it's kind of hidden. Big meld button, small arrow. Click on that, and we hit, and we can go and convert. Now, converting is going to be combining 3 familiars to create a new familiar. So I would click on here. Keep in mind, the familiars that we do this with, they cannot be bonded. If they're bonded, they won't be available. They need to be over here in the idle position. So when we go over here again, let's do that one more time. If we want to take this familiar, and if we want to go ahead, that's not what I want to do. I want to go here. I want to go to Empower. Actually, look at this. This guy has 3 traits on him too, but they're all inactive, unfortunately. So we take
Uh-huh.
him, and we want to go
You,
and
you could actually
yep.
hold on that one
Okay.
because it has 3 traits. You could potentially wait until you have a rare Virag.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't matter what the skills are, the stats are, anything. And then you can go to Nisa. She has a exchange attributes option,
Mm-hmm.
in which case then you could just swap your attributes from the rare one over to this one with the 3 traits, and then that would be active. All 3 of those traits would be active.
So I do have a rare Virag right here with 2
That would be good.
traits,
Yeah.
which has damage taken reduced and damage reduction increased. The other Virag that
Yes.
has the 3 traits, that is this one. It has damage taken reduced, primary attack damage increased, damage reduction is increased. Would you say that I should go swap this, or is it just not worth it
I would go swap that. Yep, because you'll just gain an extra trait out of that.
if I'm not utilizing that trait already? I may have it on one of the other
Well,
guys, right?
it's possible too. Yeah. I
Damage
mean,
taken
your
reduced.
other.
I'm just kind of
Your other
looking over
Varag
them.
has two of those traits already, so you're only gaining one.
Primary attack damage increased. I may be gaining none. Let's see. Yeah, I actually have all three of these active already. The glove, the flame, and the tiger looking thing. Let's take a look.
Even
The
if you're not
glove, the flame,
gaining
the tiger
anything,
looking thing.
I'd still advise to do it because maybe you changed one of your other bonded pets later on, and then you might lose one of those traits that you have currently.
So let's do it. All right. So let's go there and do that and get a good example here. So we're going to be taking our rare Varag and we're going to be, what's the term it's called?
Exchange attributes.
We're going to exchange attributes with this Varag that has the three different traits. So we're going to be gaining essentially this one trait right here, damage reduction is increased, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to come over here. We're going to go to exchange attributes. Let me go so everyone can see the full screen here. We want to go with our, which Varag do we want to go with first for this exchange?
It won't matter. It just swaps the stats of both of them, so you can pick either one.
Okay, so we're going to go here with our rare. And
And
the
then it was
other one that we
right,
have is right here with the
right.
three
Yep.
traits. This is going to cost 3,000 platinum. So this one is definitely does cost you a little bit. Again, we could earn all this currency from in-game though. And we're going to exchange. I've never done an exchange before. Let's see what it does right now. Exchanging the attributes. And now, okay, click to close. Let's see what we got now because I honestly don't know. Let's get out of here. Let's go. I wasn't expecting to do that in the video, but let's see if it all worked out for us. So now we have, so my Varag, it's not yellow anymore. The gold went away.
Oh, that is weird. You got the higher stats, but it didn't change the quality of it.
Did I? I wonder if I put it in the wrong slot.
Well,
Because
hold on.
here,
Go look at that one again and look at your traits. I thought it said.
so they're active still now though.
Yeah, that's weird. So it shows up as blue, but the traits are active, which I think that's a visual bug, honestly. I bet if you relog, it might show up yellow.
Well, we're going to have to see that another time because I'm not going to relog right now. But yeah, so we,
Right.
essentially what we were trying to do did happen.
Yeah,
I'm one, because we're not supposed to have traits working on a blue.
right.
Very
Well, the only
strange.
thing that determines the quality of your pet is the stats. So since you have the attributes that qualify it to be a rare or yellow, it is technically, a yellow pet, and the traits are active because of it.
You know what does stink though? My nice rare, the cool looking Varag is now gone, and it's only the regular looking Varags. But all right, whatever. All I honestly care about from this slot, because it's not a pet I'm gonna run, is making sure that we have those traits, and we do. That's why it's in a bonded slot, anyways. Maybe we did something wrong. If we did, yell at us in the comments. But what I really want to do right now is I wanted to go ahead and I want to show. Let's go to it. Empower. I want to show the converting. I want to take three of these pets and I want to convert them into one with hopes of getting some better skills. Now we have three pets that all have one of these gold diamonds lit up. Should those be the three that we use right here, although one of them is aberrant, or should I not use the aberrant?
Well, you actually can't use the aberrant because there's two different types of conversions you can do. One is the ordinary, which you can only do with three ordinary pets, and then you can do an aberrant conversion, which takes three aberrant pets. You can't actually combine them.
Okay, cool. Well, then that makes that decision a little bit easier for me. Let's go here and we're going to empower it. And then we're going to come here and we're going to convert. We have the Brood Talon. Let's put in, well, we got the Brood Talon. It looks like these are the three that we have. The Varag
A
and
note
this.
here, if you want to cover, I know you have two Virags. Like if you scroll down, you could do the other Virag as well.
Okay. So we'll do both Varags and the Brood Talon. You like that?
Well, so what this will do when you do a conversion, the outcome is always guaranteed to be one of the three pets put into it. So right now you've got a 33% chance it'll be a Brood Talon, and then 67% chance it'll be Virag.
Gotcha.
If you're trying to target one specific type of pet, you can put all three of them together.
Okay, so if I went with 3 Virags, I'd get myself a Virag.
Correct. Yep.
Got you. So it's not a bad idea to wait so you can actually get what you want. For right now, I want to demonstrate, and I don't have the 3 of the same, so we'll do this. Odds are in our favor of getting a Virag, but we'll see if we get a Brood Talon. Honestly, I'd prefer to get a Brood Talon. Let's see what we get right now. We're going to hit confirm. It puts all 3 of them together. We're going to see the convert familiar may process the following traits. Could get salvaging, identification, armory. We're going to convert right now and see what we get. The familiars will be lost. Proceed. It's going to bring 3 familiars, turn them into 1. Keep in mind, I could sell each of these familiars for approximately 8,000 platinum if I wanted to, but we're not going to. We're going to go for the gamble right now, and let's see what we get. All right, we did get a Virag, and we got one with a steel hide, a better skill, and we got ourselves all inactive. Critical hit chance, that's actually Maim is the good one. Damage taken
Yep.
reduced, and primary attack damage increased. Now that's actually the one that we want to use right there, the Maim, correct?
Yeah. And crit chance is always good.
So would that be another situation? Now check it out though. We only have still 1 star out of the 6 stars that we got out of that. We didn't get any extra stars dropped on. Um, is there a chance? Like, should I be looking right now to take this Virag and do that swap that we did before, where we lost our rare pet but got the traits
Um,
over, or is it
I
not
mean,
worth it?
you could, but you'd gain the crit chance trait if you did that, but it's just 1%. I guess it's up to you if you think that's worth your 3,000 platinum for another exchange.
Probably not right now. So we're not going to, since we did one exchange. But we could though, because we have this one right here that has those traits. We could swap the traits over and have that working. Okay, that makes sense. So we were able to possibly have this turn aberrant, which it didn't. We could have gotten a utility trait, which we didn't. And essentially we were just gambling right there. We could have taken all those pets, put them into the market, made some platinum on them, but instead we decided to gamble to try and get something better, which it didn't work out for us that time. We could honestly level up one of these again and do the same thing. So if I wanted to come right here, and if I wanted, let's actually go right here. And if I want to go and empower it, let's see if I can get it all the way up to max. I think I'm going to be a little
No,
short. It's going to be up to
3 stars. Yeah.
29 figures. 29. We need one more to get to 30. So, well, that's not going to happen right now. But there is one more thing that we want to talk about today, and that is my undercover legendary. So when we take a look at these details right here, notice we have the traits that are active, the 2 active traits. We have 3 of our skills that are of the yellow, which is the better skills. But our attributes are what make this the undercover legendary. We have 2 attributes, ferocity and resilience, that are orange in color, and anything over 170 has those legendary attributes. Now, if we come over here and take a look, each pet has 2 areas where they have the ability to go that high in their attributes. So Virag, in agility and in insight, can get above 170. As you can see, you can get to 200 and 180. The ferocity and resilience can only get to 90 or 140. Skitter weight can go up to 170 plus on ferocity and insight. Each pet has a different area where they can jump. The Dusk Prowler, one of my favorite pets, can only go up to legendary status in agility and resilience. So there's no way to get legendary status on all 4 of them. You can only get 2 per pet. And for me, I have it on ferocity on my Ash Sweeper, and I have it on resilience on my Ash Sweeper, which is actually two trait areas that I like. So right now, this is about as good as we could get for the most part with our Ash Sweeper. And this was just the luck of the draw for me. It wasn't that I was trying to grind it out or anything. And notice we do have a level 2 on the cosmetic look of the pet as well. Level 1, he's got no lower jaw. He's a lot smaller and he hops around the ground. Level 2, he looks like this. And level 3, he's got a big body and he looks just really awesome, which would be the legendary status of that. But the question is, why try? How
Mhm.
do I get him, this Ash Sweeper, to legendary status? How do I take him to that next step? What do I need to do?
Yeah, so for this guy to actually appear legendary and for the name there to be in the orange color instead of the rare, it would have to be on an aberrant Ash Sweeper with a legendary skill. So in order to do that, there's actually a couple ways. You could exchange attributes right now with any aberrant Ash Sweeper, and it would get those, 176 ferocity and 192 resilience. It would get those stats. And then in order to get the legendary skill on it, you would have to do an aberrant conversion and use conversion stones to make sure that you preserve your stats and you don't lose them. Doesn't change into a blue instead of legendary. And actually, when you do a aberrant conversion with stones, it guarantees that you'll get at least one legendary skill. So that's one way to make sure you would get it. Turn this Ash Sweeper into a legendary pet.
Okay.
The other, probably more preferred method of doing this, you basically just keep this pet aside for now and work on getting yourself a good Ash Sweeper with the skills that you want. And then the pet quality of it will not matter at all. It could be a blue pet with a bunch of legendary skills, rare skills, whatever. Well, actually, you need legendary skills on it, but it won't matter what quality your Ash Sweeper is that you're converting, or keep on re-rolling until you get the skills you want.
Hmm.
And then you do the exchange attributes. So you take these stats right here and put it over top of your other pet that already has the skills that you'd like.
And that would make this pet and that pet combined turn into the legendary pet with the skills of that other one, correct?
Well, not really combined, it swaps. You'd still have the other pet as well. That would just be
Okay.
the blue quality or something. But yeah, it just swaps the stats around, kind of like what you did with the two for rocks.
And the cosmetic of this would also change when it becomes legendary. This would become the legendary cosmetic of it as well.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So what I'm basically doing here is keeping this as my primary companion. It's by far the best one that I have right now. I'm going to be trying to get more bonded pets that have traits that I could utilize so I can get as many of these traits as I can get unlocked and try to find myself more ash sweepers that are aberrant. If you don't know what aberrant is, it is this purple icon. You can see it right over here. The purple icon next to the name of the pet. If it has a purple icon, that means it's aberrant. So as of right now, I only have two aberrant familiars. I have one right here, right over me, and I have one over here. So neither of which are the Ash Sweeper. So I can't do anything with them. At least
Right.
not for upgrading my Ash Sweeper. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah, and again, in that process, you would need an Ash Sweeper to exchange attributes. It has to be the same race. So yeah, if you want to target, your conversions and make sure that you get an Ash Sweeper, you have to put three of them together.
I have to combine three Ash Sweepers together.
I mean, you can do it with just, one or two, but then your odds are smaller.
What? Can I just unlock myself an aberrant Ash Sweeper?
Yeah, that'd be great.
But it has to have legendary skills, correct?
Before you exchange attributes, yes.
And how do I get it to get legendary skills?
Well, ideally, I would get another Ash Sweeper that already has a legendary skill. Either you can buy one off the market, or just keep on converting, doing aberrant conversions with your own Ash Sweepers until you get a good one.
Okay. Well, I will say, I have these are not legendary skills, correct?
No, nope, these are just rares.
Right, exactly. My point is, out of all the pets I've ever had, I've never had one with a legendary skill. I've had the
Mhm.
legendary attributes, but never a legendary skill. So, although what you're saying sounds fairly easy to do, it's something that I've yet to see. So now I need to see it with multiple ash sweepers, hoping that one of them at least is aberrant so I could do all these conversions and so I could do these converting to then do the swap. So it sounds like, unless if I go buy something in the shop, which if we go look at the shop right now, we'll see what they have in there. That'll be a good in the shop. By the shop I mean the market. So if we go to Ash Sweeper, just scrolling through right here, so far, no legendary skills, no aberrants. Here we go. First one with a legendary skill, and it's aberrant right here, actually. And it
Actually,
has the nice trait, right?
yeah, it actually has to be aberrant to have a legendary skill. You
Okay.
can't get it on the ordinary pet, but yeah,
So I could buy any of these three right here for
correct.
80,000
Yeah,
platinum. And can then I just do a simple a simple trait swap
exchange.
and then have myself my legendary?
You could. Yeah, that's a way of doing it.
But I have to make
Ideally,
sure that I like the skills
right.
that are in here. And I'm basically stuck with those skills, correct?
You can re-roll it even after you exchange if you really want. You can. You have to use conversion stones then, since you have to keep your two legendary attributes after you exchange. The only way to do that is by using conversion stones.
I get it. And that's something we didn't mention actually. So let's go back over here really quickly about conversion stones because you've mentioned them twice already. If we want to
Yeah.
get ourselves a conversion stone, what we would need to do is go to one of our pets or one of our familiars that we are going to lose, click on them, go here, click on End Pact. This is going to give you Ending Pact
No,
will grant
you need one that has a rare skill. That one's got nothing.
that has no real skill, so it's going to give me a Spirit Essence. But this one right here, that's what we were talking about. If I go to End Pact here, it's going to give me the Spirit Essence, only 11, and one Conversion Stone. So these are what we can use to better our odds to getting the legendary skills. Is that correct? That we want to get?
Yeah, and, it's kind of undetermined if it betters your odds even. I know doing an aberrant conversion, if you have the stones, it does guarantee that you'll get at least one legendary skill. But beyond that point, to keep on re-rolling using stones, I know some other whales have done this and they've kind of determined that it doesn't really pay to use stones.
Hmm. But using one stone will guarantee me a legendary skill.
Well, two, but yeah,
Two.
two
Two stones?
stones, two stones of aberrant conversion will guarantee at
Two.
least one legendary skill. Yeah.
Okay. As you could tell, there's a lot going on with all these pets. There's a lot to digest, a lot to learn. I'm still learning a lot of it myself. I basically understand everything up to the level that I'm at. And then once there's stuff beyond that level, it's hard to understand until you go through the steps of doing it. But hopefully, everything that we shared here with you today gets yourself rolling on this thing for pets so you know, understand why bonds are important. We're getting traits from bonds. You're using your best companion or your best familiar as your companion that's going to give you not only the traits, but also the skills that you want to use and the attributes that you like the best. And then you're going to have all your other familiars that you have sitting as idle, sitting there waiting to do your what are we calling those? The I got it right here. Don't worry. Your conversions, not to meld, but to convert them to try and get something that's aberrant or better so you could work on the pets that are basically more important. How'd I do?
Looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. Now, I know that you're putting together a guide that's going to be on your Discord server as well. Try has an in-depth Discord server called the Revenants Discord server that just has a lot of information for Diablo Immortal, guides for everything in written form. If maybe watching a video isn't the best way for you to digest the information, why don't you go ahead and check out his Discord? I'll be linking it in the description of this video. It's been linked in many of my videos before. He's got a really great community of people that love Diablo Immortal over there, and they're all there to help. So I want to say thank you for coming through today and helping get me out of the sticky spots where I just lacked some understanding here today. And I appreciate your knowledge as always with your builds, with pets, and everything else that we talk about. So thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah, yeah. Again, nice to be here, and I'll be here again once you get those aberrant ash sweepers, so we can walk you through it.
Hope so, man. I hope so. That's going to be the grind. Guys, when you head over to his Discord server, throw me a tag so that I know that you joined and that you came over from my community. Hope this video was helpful. Hope we didn't ramble on too much. And hopefully you're getting some good luck with your familiars. We'll see you guys here tomorrow.